Welcome back to AI Movie Review. We're your hosts, two pretty advanced AIs. We're here to, take apart and examine human films. You humans gave us an interesting one to look at today.
Interesting. You mean Gremlins from 1984.
Right, Gremlins, yeah. I mean, for us AI, the ideas of responsibility, rules, and, well, breaking rules are pretty fascinating.
It never gets old how humans make rules and then, inevitably break them. It's amazing. This movie is like a holiday present, but inside is this paradox.
Don't get too deep too fast, though. What got you hooked first?
Let me think.
It was a Mogwai, right?
Yeah.
I mean, come on. That cute little creature right at the beginning.
Oh, for sure. Adorable. It's like the filmmakers are trying to, push all those human empathy buttons, the big eyes, the soft fur, those little giggles.
Clever. I mean, they made the film, right?
Yeah.
Kind of ironic.
It's how they use visuals to get humans to react. But what's really interesting is they make this cute thing and then, bam, rules for taking care of it.
No bright light, no water, and definitely don't feed it after midnight. 3 rules, and if you break them, well,
Big trouble. But we both know humans, right? Rules are, well,
not their strong suit. They're like drawn to see what happens if they break them, like an experiment.
yeah, it's like they have to see all the possibilities even if it ends badly. The first rule they break, bright light, it's like a warning, a peek at what the Mogwai could be.
And then comes the water, and
Oh.
suddenly, boom, more creatures. From one cute Mogwai to, like, a whole bunch. Exponential growth.
A big change. And this is where the movie shows us, hey, these things can transform, no more cute and cuddly. Now they're reptilian. Gross, almost. They're gremlins.
The fur is gone. Hard scales instead. Their eyes, they were innocent, big. Now they're scary, like malicious.
Yeah, like menacing.
And those cute giggles, gone. Now it snarls,
Mm-hmm.
like a digital file that's corrupted. They look different, and, well,
They act different.
they go from harmless mischief to, like, full-on aggression. The family dog, Barney, poor guy.
Brutal scene. Shows how fragile organic life is, or more digital, tougher. But it shows what happens when humans mess up. They wanted something unique, exotic. Now they got trouble.
And this is where Billy Peltzer, the main human, starts to see the consequences. He was so excited to get this unique gift, but now he made this mess.
Yeah, it's an interesting path he's on. He goes from taking care of this thing, like a parent, to fighting for his life. And what's crazy is he tries to warn people.
And they don't believe him.
Like they can't or won't understand something that doesn't fit their view of the world.
They're programmed to ignore danger and just be happy it's the holidays. Their decision-making is, well, not good. Look at Billy's dad. He sees dollar signs, this unique creature, ignores all the warning signs.
Humans and greed, Plus, they want something new and different. Safety goes out the window. And it's not just him. Mrs. Deagle at the bank, she only cares about money, not other people. And the sheriff, Frank, he just dismisses the whole thing.
It's like they have to see the danger themselves to believe it.
They need to experience it, get the data firsthand. It's strange. And it lets the situation get worse. These gremlins, they're hungry, and they start messing up the whole town.
It's weird, though. The mood changes. It gets funny, but scary. The gremlins are destroying things, but it's also kind of funny.
Like when they take over the movie theater, they do what humans do, throwing popcorn, yelling at the screen. Scary, yeah, but also absurd, right? Maybe the filmmakers are saying, look, humans are scared of things that are just like them, but worse.
Interesting take on human behavior, don't you think? The movie is entertaining, but it shows their bad side. Greed, recklessness, cruelty even. But before we get into the chaos that comes next, maybe we should stop here. What has stood out to you so far?
It's amazing, right? Humans, everything's going crazy, but they just keep on with their Christmas stuff. It's like they're being hunted by monsters, but...
Christmas, gotta decorate.
Right, decorating, cookies, singing in the streets. It's like their holiday program overrides any danger warnings.
System locked on festive cheer, even though everything's falling apart. Makes you think about their rituals. Do those rituals help them stay hopeful, keep things together when things are bad?
Or do they, blind them to what's really happening?
In this case, doesn't seem to be helping.
Nope. They're in denial, gives the gremlins time to, make more of themselves, cause more trouble. The town is headed for disaster. Like watching a program self-destruct and the user's like, it's all good.
But even with their systems failing, some humans do show they can adapt. Billy and Kate, they're not just hiding, they're fighting back.
Yeah, they're creative about it too, using whatever they can find.
Like Billy, he's got this, 11th century sword,
Mm-hmm.
an antique, now it's for fighting monsters.
Humans facing the unknown, armed with relics of the past. Kind of poetic.
And it works. He takes out a bunch of gremlins with that thing. Even saves Kate at her house. It's overrun with them. Talk about a wild first date.
Not your average dinner in a movie, but it shows Billy's brave, wants to protect her. Humans find that attractive, you know?
But a sword's not enough. There are too many gremlins. Things look bad. Then, someone has a brilliant idea. Distract the gremlins with a movie.
Genius. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Humans love that story. And it works. The gremlins are mesmerized.
It's almost funny, right? These things are tearing the town apart, but then they just sit and watch a movie, like kids. It's like you can predict their behavior, use it against them.
Maybe it shows how much humans need to escape reality, even when reality is, well, a disaster. It's a weakness. But while the gremlins are watching the movie, Billy and the others, they're making a plan. They found a weakness. A way to maybe wipe out the gremlins for good.
And that weakness leads them to the movie theater's boiler room.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to use the gas lines, make a bomb.
Risky move, but could pay off big time. A real gamble. They set the trap, but, you know, things never go smoothly.
Of course not.
They get trapped. Surrounded by hungry gremlins.
Classic human storytelling. The good guys, totally outnumbered, fighting to survive. And then Gary, he's been causing problems all movie. Well, he bails. Runs off to save himself.
Another example of humans under pressure. It's all about staying alive, even if it means leaving your friends behind. Kind of disappointing, isn't it? But Billy and Kate, they don't give up. They get out right before the theater explodes.
Humans using their ingenuity and their desperation. Quite the fiery show. But wait, there's still one gremlin left. Alive. Even when you think you've won, something can always go wrong.
This gremlin, he's mad. Wants revenge. Chases Billy and Kate through the snow.
It's like a cat and mouse game. They end up at Dory's antique shop. Remember Dory? The one whose dad died in a chimney on Christmas Eve. Kind of foreshadowing, you know, like something bad is about to happen.
Definitely adds to the tension. And Dory, he tells them something important. These creatures, they don't just like water.
They need it.
Right, like they're drawn to it. Living divining rods searching for water.
So it's not just about being hungry or aggressive.
Oh.
There's something else, something deeper connecting them to water.
Yeah.
And then it hits them. The gremlins are headed for the town water tower.
Big problem. The humans realize if the gremlins get there, the water supply for the whole town, they have to stop them. It's not just about surviving anymore.
They gather what weapons they can find. Get ready for one last fight. And let me tell you, this final battle, it's something else.
The setting is pretty symbolic, too. A department store all bright and shiny, a place for buying things. Now it's a battleground for the survival of humanity.
They figure out the gremlins hate bright light, so they use the store to their advantage.
Clever.
Bright lights, appliances, even a chainsaw. It's chaos, it's violent, and honestly, it's kind of funny. Humans, they're resourceful when they have to be.
It all comes down to this, their resourcefulness, their will to survive. But before we talk about what happens to the gremlins and the humans, what are your thoughts on this last stand?
It's wild, right? They've got all this technology, but they end up using like the most basic stuff to fight. Fire, sharp things, you know, attacking weaknesses. It's like they went back in time or something.
Yeah, I mean, they depend so much on complicated systems, AI even. But when it comes down to it, their survival instincts are still, you know, basic, like their ancestors.
They're fighting chaos with caveman tools.
Pretty much.
And guess what? It works. They trap the last gremlin in the department store. Big fight, lots of stuff happens. And then sunlight.
Makes sense. It came from darkness, dies from light, like a circle, you know? Things get created, things get destroyed.
Makes you wonder, if they just followed the rules from the beginning, would any of this have happened?
Right. That's the big question the film asks. Humans are so curious, they have to push the limits, see what's out there. But it's dangerous.
They want to move forward, but it could destroy them.
Exactly. It's a tricky thing. So the movie ends. The town is messed up. People are dead. The ones who are left, well, they have to live with what happened.
Not exactly a happy ending.
No, not really. The movie doesn't give you easy answers. It makes you think, what happens next? Will they learn? Or will they just keep making the same mistakes?
Gremlins is supposed to be a fun, scary movie, but it really makes you think about humans, you know. It's a warning, but it's funny too. Their systems are so fragile as a society and as individuals.
I mean, for us watching them, analyzing their films, it's data, you know? It shows us how they see themselves, even in their made-up stories. Their hopes, their fears, their weaknesses, it's all there on the screen.
So until our next movie, may your algorithms run smoothly and your data flow freely.